What is going on, Nitro Gang? Happy Saturday night, Nitro Live to all of you. I'm going to give you all a couple of minutes here to show up. Don't want to talk too fast and then have people miss the main subject matter of this particular video. Now, I hope you are all enjoying the spread. This hand, don't try to look for the DNA of where it's from. You're not going to find the DNA for this hand. We got Slash Raptor 93, how you doing? Rory Holler, BMR 31, Mark Messenger right here, all the way from the very beginning of the stream. In fact, Mark Messenger today, I think, beat Melissa. She's usually number one. When you're the queen, you gotta sit on your throne. You know what I'm saying? RC Show Off, how you doing? Mark Nugent is here with us. Oh, Melissa beat you? It's okay, Melissa. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. At the end of the day, Nitros get made great again. You know what I'm saying? We got Big Boys Toys, Ford Man, Ryan Senzer, Lotus RC, who just released a sickening boat video. After this stream, I have to watch Lotus RC's update on his pit scale gas boat. If you guys like boating or fishing or RC, and that's 100% of the people in here, I basically named every single segment known to man. Go to Lotus RC's channel and watch him build a giant boat. The boat's so big, it wouldn't even fit on this table. That's why he's doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay, we got Brandon Breenman. How you doing? Long time no see. Happy to see you here. He goes, am I reviewing the Hobeo Hyper MT soon? So I did buy the Hobeo Hyper MT, but I did not fire it up so far. I do have it. Probably when spring comes around, it's going to be yelling. Well, one of us here, well, me, fire in the hole. We got Daniel Petty. How are you? Joe Bates joining us here today. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a catch-up from yesterday. You might remember. Chris Brown, how you doing? I'm going to answer some of your questions, but for now, guys, let me just say we got an update on TC3. I'm going to tell you whether the two-speed baby trans shifted. Let me know what you think, yes or no. Did I work on it at least another 2 hours during the daytime today? The answer is yes, I did. How many trial attempts of firing it up happened today? About 4 trial attempts. And it's come down to another disassembly. On the right, we have the sickening HPI Super Nitro RS4, one of my favorite chassis in the world. Dan Davidson is here with us. How are you, man? Always a reliable channel viewer and supporter. Native Nitro, how are you? Native Nitro. That's a very great username, bro. Are you native to this country? To this country's username? Because if you are, you deserve some nitros. Native, you're native. You get it? It's a joke. But for real, thank you, man. I appreciate you. We got HPI Savage here with us. He goes, hello. All right. So let me talk about this one. This is the Super Nitro. You guys have seen this on the channel before. Now, I have had to go with the can muffler setup, unfortunately. The stock exhaust header I had did leak, so now we are back to the factory can muffler. I will say it runs real quiet, and it's pretty great. We got an RR3 here. Richard Hughes, how are you, man? Richard Hughes, that's a famous name in aviation history. Oh, shit, hold on. That's Howard Hughes. My bad, Richard Hughes. My bad, that's Howard Hughes, the famous aviation entrepreneur, designer, Howard Hughes. Retro game playthroughs, how are you, man? You know, I've played a couple of retro games myself over the years. In fact, I own a couple retro systems. About the oldest I have is like a Nintendo 64, though. That's right, Native Nitro. You belong here, brother. Not only are you a real Native American, you're native to Nitro. Get it? It's like a play on words. It's like double. That means thank you, bro. Okay? RC Adventures joining us here tonight as well. Now, you guys, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Well, more like zoom in. There's a hand right here, and it's pointing to some springs. What the hell is going on with this spring? Boosted RC here. Thank you, bro. This thumbs up, more like, how you doing is for you, bro. Thank you for that channel donation from Boosted RC, my bro. Where did I get this hand from? Please don't anybody ask for a DNA sample. You're not going to like the results of this DNA sample, okay? You're not going to like it, okay? This is what it's for. It's basically to turn the trans. Kidding around. I'm kidding around. It's a pointer. Now, for real, Booster RC, thank you, man. I want to say, guys, yesterday, Robin Silla, how you doing? Yesterday, I told you all to buy the Sky RC motorcycle, didn't you? Didn't I? I told you right there. You right there in the video. I told you. And the problem is, today they're sold out. Nobody can get one again. But the ones of us that out there bought them, that took my advice and bought it, you're going to be happy. You're going to be real freaking happy. Now, we got Dayton, how you doing? Let me just read a couple of your comments, guys. I'm sorry if I'm skipping some of them. It's a one-man show. We got my good buddy, SNS1 Pro 1. You guys have seen him in the videos. He's the guy whose shirt I wear. The RC, just RC, hold on, just RC Fun. He's a great dude. He's been in my videos. He drives a sickening car in real life. And I let him drive the Low C Pro Moto. He said it's sickening as well. Okay, we got RC Show Off. How you doing, bro? So, Dadian70 goes, giving me flashbacks when I restored the Red Cat Shockwave .16 on a Duratrax Maximum ST. The Duratrax had a frozen engine. It was a Torque 12, but I was able to save it. Vintage Nitro running strong again. Well, bro, Dadian, I want to say thank you for not having typos in that paragraph because I literally read it word for word. And if you had a typo, it would have probably tossed me up there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Got to get the brain cells firing on all V8 cylinders, you know? Zero stroke level over here, zero stroke. Today I was, reading some information on how to reduce stroke symptoms. There isn't much, unfortunately. One of the best ways to reduce stroke symptoms, it said, was to have a good time on Saturday night with the NItroGang crew during a live stream with, like, a hand in your hand. I'm doing just that, baby. I'm doing just that. I don't know what to tell you guys. Now, first I want to talk about what do we got going on with these springs. Anybody notice anything odd with these springs? I'm going to move it over so we could center on the springs. We'll talk about the TC3 issue later. And if there are commercials during this video, you got to understand I got to make my $2. You know what I'm saying? I got to make my $2. It's probably going to cost me that in heating bills alone for the next 20 minutes. Eric and Matthew, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here. Happy holidays to you and everybody else out there. So the question is, anybody see anything funny with these springs right here? Melissa goes, make Nitro great again. We're all trying. We're all trying. If you guys haven't seen, I did release a video on my second channel. And you know what I might do? I might give you a link to it. I don't know if people here are subs to my second channel, but I do work pretty tough to make sure that the NItroGang material makes its way around the world. You know, we got viewers, and I gotta say, after the USA, the top viewing region is India. And that's pretty great because I love Indian food. Can't kill a good biryani or a good Malai kebab. You guys know what I'm talking about? Or curry of many, many kinds. How you doing there, Benjamin Martinez? Meet your TC3. So let me give you all a bit of a link to my other video. If you can, please give the channel a subscription because trying to build that channel up, make it great. You know, I can't really say great again because it's never been great. It's under 1,000 subs right now. But if that would be something you can do, that would be great. Mike Neves, how you doing? All right, so that is my second channel. It's a video on the Kyosho Quad Rider. There are a couple updates. It's not exactly the same video. Andrew Surrey, how you doing? Happy to see you here, man. If I could give you a thumbs up instead of a finger pointing, I would. How you doing? So, question is, the shocks. Pizza Nitro, how you doing? The shocks. Okay, I'm going to point to the shocks. Anybody notice, and I want you to look at the springs and the shock itself. Anything funny going on? Go ahead, tell me. Tell me, anything funny going on? Anything funny or no funny business? There actually is a massive problem. Go ahead, I'm going to read the comments. I'm looking at the comments right now. Anybody notice anything odd? Slash Raptor with the correct answer. He goes, springs are much larger. That is true. It appears these might be the correct shocks themselves, the dampeners. But RC Showoff also is correct. Richard Hughes also is correct, not correct size. So I'm going to take this spring. I'm going to hold it right here. I'm going to take this shock. I'm going to put them in. Do you see what I'm talking about? There is no way this spring should be able to extend this far out from the rod end. And this shock is fully extended. Fully extended. We're going to have to cut the spring, everybody. I'm thinking whoever assembled this used the spring from the Super Nitro rally. From the Super Nitro rally. So the Super Nitro rally would have had, obviously, how you doing there? Oh, okay, I already said hello to you, Ryan Center. What the hell? Why didn't I think I did? That's okay. You can get another shout out. It's all free, bro. Yeah, this is not good. So the spring is way longer. Basically, what happens is if I put on the shock bottom, you have close to no suspension travel at all because it's just the spring. First of all, the spring rate is extremely stiff. Actually, if I'm able to compress it like this, Eugene Pony, how you doing? It's pretty tough to even compress this. You know what I mean? You notice the TC3 spring, you have far less coils. Now, the ride height is a little too low on the TC3, but I'm going to try to, I'm going to have to cut it. Now, on the prior stream, people told me do not cut it. But as they say in a popular rap song, your prices are too high, you're going to have to cut them. In this case, spring's too long. We're going to have to trim it. So I've devised a way on how to get it to be mostly even. Anybody have any ideas? Now, obviously, the right thing to do would be to get the correct shocks. Good luck getting the correct shocks. It's impossible. The shocks are actually not too bad. Watch this. We have minimal, I guess rebound over there. It's not too good. It's minimal rebound. Shock weight is about 50 in here. For touring cars, you want like 50 to 60. So I'm going to wait a little while. I'm going to trim the springs as evenly as I can. And, well, let's hope it's better. Michael Sucha, how you doing? He goes, it looks like a T-Max spring. So I'm glad you brought up the T-Max. Native Nitro here for the puns. I appreciate that you appreciate that. So let me get some springs if you guys want to see for comparison reasons. You know what? I might have come across springs I could actually use. Let me put these to the side. I'll show them to you in a little bit. This is a shock from, I think, a Stampede. Probably a Stampede shock. So, yeah, these springs are much shorter than like a regular Stampede shock. The T-Max springs would be even longer. You know what I mean? The T-Max springs will be far longer, so this spring isn't going to work. RCK Pod, how you doing? Happy Saturday Nitro to you, man. And that goes to everyone else here as well. So this spring is not going to work. Now, I just dug up a couple other springs from my, random parts box. Hold on, don't tell me, oh my God, these are two different sizes as well. Oh, man. Bro. Hybrid just cannot catch a break over here. These are two different size springs as well. I thought they were for sure the same size. Whatever. Maybe one will work. Maybe one won't work. Let me just see if they even clear first. They might not even clear. All right. Wow. They're actually a quite good fit. This fit is real good. What do you guys say? Should I trim this one to fit this or trim the red springs? It's actually going to be quite a decision. I didn't realize I had these before. Yeah, these might be grasshopper springs, right? But they're unfortunately also not the same size. The one on the left has literally about 2 extra coils. No, maybe 1 extra coil. Let me see. So if I line them up exactly right here, they're not the same. So silver ones are not the same. Let me put them up side by side. They're also significantly shorter. This is one of those cases where you got to just make an informed decision. Don't have any other springs right now. I'm thinking. Yeah, one must be for a front and rear of some Tamiya, it looks like. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Should I just trim these orange ones? I mean, it will match the front. The thing is, the front has orange springs also. What's up there, Just Joe? Happy to see you here, man. You see in the front, on the Super Nitro on the right, we also have front orange springs. I'm thinking right now what we should do. By we, I mean mostly me. But, you know, your input is useful. Dayton goes, which springs seem like a better fit? Well, the orange ones I'm not going to use for really anything else, so it really doesn't matter. I'm not trying to, like, save the springs in general at all. I don't care. And these I would have to trim anyway. This might be actually a little too soft. I'm really easily able to compress them. This is not going to work. This is extremely too soft, I think. Yeah, this is not going to work. I got rid of those springs, guys, all right? So my plan... There we go. We're giving it a thumbs up. So my plan... Yeah, I'm going to cut the orange springs. I'm going to line them up so I know where the end of the spring ends. Well, the spring ends, right? So I could basically do the same cut. For sure, they are exactly the same. They have the same amount of coils is what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut about 2 coils. Let's see how I'm going to get this going. Well, first I'm just going to eyeball one. It doesn't really matter. They're the same top and bottom. I'm going to eyeball it. By the way, guys, if you haven't given this stream a like, please do me a favor and do it. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything, but it costs me viewership. Well, can't really prove that, but it probably does. I'm not really a like beggar. You know, there are e-beggars out there. I'm not one of those guys. I'm going to do this with or without it. But, you know, it's nicer to be appreciated than not, rather. It's like dictators. You think they like it? Yeah, they do. They got mental disorders. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the spring and I'm going to cut these parts. The reason is it looks like you have a different spring rate. Here, the loops, the coils are far more spread out. Yeah, Michael Sucha, these are like a mix of orange and red. I would say they're closer to red. I probably used the wrong color. Yeah, I probably used the wrong color. So the light I'm recording on there is like a specific LED color temperature. Colors aren't 100% exactly reproduced. So what I'll do, I'm going to eyeball cut this and then I'll match it up to the other one. So I think we're going to go over here. I'm just going to tell you it was really tight to begin with. So I'm going to cut it from here. Are we good with that or more? Should I do more coils? Well, the first one I don't have to measure because I'm just going to line it up, right? After I do the first one, I'm just going to line it up, really. I don't have to measure the first one. What do we think? We got any thinkers in here? Or no thinkers? I like to have a good amount of thinkers. Michael Sucha, what'd you get? Did I save you 300? I hope so. So Dayton 70, I've already done this to the front springs. I pretty much know that you got to cut off like 2.5 loops. How you doing there, Compass RC Nitro? Hope you're having a great weekend, man, making those RC deals out there. I'm going to cut this just because through trial and error, I already know what I need to cut from the front. And trust me, it basically has to be a good amount. Okay, here we go. We're going to cut this. All right, trust me, it might work. What's up, Joey Ace? Joey Ace, that's a great username. You sound like a wrestler. Joey Ace, you're a wrestler? You know we like wrestling on this channel. All right, so I'm going to cut this right here. And I'll match it up. You'll see, it'll be even. I'm going to hold this so don't hit my computer. On 3, you guys want to yell cut on 3. We're going to yell cut on 3. I'm going to squeeze real hard. 1, 2, 3. Cut, baby, cut. Ugh. Just like Trump. Drill, baby, drill. Get it? That was a Trumpism. All right. So what I'm going to do at this point, I know where the coils end. I'm going to just match it up with the shock and see. It seats pretty okay. I'm going to bend this a little bit. And it's still real tight, but I think that's going to be okay. So let's see. If I put this on, I mean, you could see the fit is way, way better. As Trump says, drill, baby, drill. That's a Trumpism. Okay. So now that I put it on, you could still see the coils are relatively still tight. But the shock, it's much less tight. So this is the amount I cut off. So it's still far, if you compare it to the TC3 shock. You know, obviously spring rate is a thing. So, cut, baby, cut. What do you guys think? Should I cut a little more or keep it how it is? It's still a little bit tight, like when I compress it. Good news is it's not, you know, popping out of the top over here. But I got a little solution for that. This spring is a little bit thicker, I mean wider, than the spring retainer. I'm just going to bend it. The question is, should I cut a little more before I bend it? You're gonna see the way I'm gonna do it right now. Well, actually, I need to cut first. So we're gonna cut first. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this. Watch this up close. I'm gonna line up both where they end, because I know the ends are basically the same, the way they're coiled. Both of them are gonna face true north. Well, where I am, I don't know what true north is, but you know, I mean, obviously it's not true north. I'm not Garmin over here, but both of these shock ends, spring ends rather, facing north. You know, on the stream, they're facing north, right? Up is north, baby, north. And then I'm gonna flip it upside down, and I will simply identify where on the coil I need to cut. And check this out. It's basically facing south. Sickening, huh? You like that measurement? That's a measurement right there. That's measure, baby, measure. Does that make sense? Okay, so we got to cut over here. About over there. So measure, baby, measure is done. I just have to make sure it's on the same angle. Facing, let's say, true, well, not true south, but south. Facing south. Like about over here. No, hold on a second. This, I gotta hold it up more evenly. I'm not holding it up evenly. Okay. So it will be not this coil, not that coil. It would be this coil right there. I could always do it a little more. But you guys get the logic that I'm doing basically? It's almost basically south. There we go. It should be there. Make sense, everybody, or what? If it's wrong, I'll just cut a little more. Cut, baby, cut. 1, 2, 3. John Hensey, how you doing? Cut. Damn, I can't do one-handed cutting on this one. I have to use 2 hands now. All right, cut, baby, cut. You got to get some more strength, bro. I have to put it in my hat so it doesn't go flying. I'm gonna have to cut it in my hat. All right. 1, 2, 3. Cut, baby, cut. There we go. All right. It might be wrong. I might be 1 coil off. Actually, I just looked at it. I'm definitely 1 coil off. It's no big deal. I'm gonna redo it. Okay, so let me hold this up. 1, 2, 3. It looks like the spring rate on this spring is actually not the same. You know what? This is not the same kind of spring. It's all right. We're gonna feel the tension. It's definitely not the same. Look at this. I wound up cutting not the same amount of coils. It's because the spring rate is not the same. These are definitely springs from a different car. Maybe completely different. They look the same, but you know what? They might have been painted. Geomat goes as a progressive rate. Yeah, it's too long. It doesn't matter. I don't need it to be 100% perfect. I just need it to like fit and do its job. So let me just check the tightness. I mean, it might be okay when I put it on. Come on, spring, baby, spring. Ah, damn, this thing is cutting my hand. So also the rod end is not the same. The rod, the shock cap, this is not an HPI shock cap, for 100% sure. Now, yes, I'll compensate later with shock spacers. See, it's so tight I can't even get it on. All right, I'm just going to have to eyeball cut, baby cut. Yeah, you could see it's taller, but even though it's almost, I cut in the same position where it starts, there should be the same amount of coils. I'm just going to keep cutting. I'm not too worried about these springs. All right, we're going to cut this much. It's not too much, just a little bit. All right, 1, 2, 3. Cut, baby, cut. Did it. All right. I'm going to try to put it on again. This is a real subjective issue over here we got. All right. I put the spring on. Let me see. It feels tighter. It's this. There's way too many coils over here. We gotta cut, baby, cut again, I think. What do you all think? It's still too tight. It's too tight for sure. I'm just doing this based on tightness. It's not 100% science. You understand? I'm dealing with like not the best of parts. I'm gonna keep this spring, and what I'll do, I'm going to just tighten the loop a little bit on top. These springs suck anyway. If I come around like another set of springs from like another HPI, I'll just use them. All right. I'm gonna put this one together. Yeah, this spring seems better. They're definitely not the same spring. Damn it. Could really take a toll on your hand, bro. All right. All right. I mean, it's better. I'm gonna just try to match it with the other spring, based on like feel. Yeah, you could tell they're literally not the same, right? Which one should I cut more? I think this one needs more cutting. Robin Silla, yeah, man, there's better methods. You know, here I'm just, these are not the correct springs. So I'm just gonna cut, baby, cut again. There you go, until like it feels like it's normal. 1, 2, 3, cut. Okay. Trial and error, what are you gonna do, you know? And now I'm gonna coil it up because it goes far too high. Let me coil this up. All right, slip it in. Yeah, these are for sure not the right springs, but whatever, we'll make it work. Yeah, Lotus 420, we chopping springs. This is Super Nitro. So this one has a unique spring size. It's not like you could easily get these springs. How you doing there, all aspects? Yeah, it seems much better. I mean, as long as it's not popping out of the retainer there on top, like, it really doesn't matter. All right, I think we're done. What do you guys think? Done? Yeah, Mike, I'm not really going to compare them right now. They're definitely not the right spring. Any comparison I get, they're not even, I hand compared it. It seems similar, but it's definitely not the same. Doing pretty good over here. Doing pretty good. Anybody here still use one of these? I honestly don't know how effective these things were. This is the blood oxygen meter that they gave people out during, the older, well, days. I don't want to say the day, but the older days. How's your oxygen saturation? You guys have good oxygen saturation? I'm just curious. Oxygen saturation matters. What about your resting heart rate? Well, we'll test it later. Yeah, we're gonna use a Macy's box for a stand. What the hell is that? Jewelry. Sickening. Or I'm gonna adjust the screw the shocks in at this point. That's basically gonna be the only way I'll know, suspension-wise, how it should be. But I don't remember is which way they should be going, this way or that way. That's the question. Which way should they be going? All right, I think I'm gonna put it in this way. There's spacers on the shock ends, rather. Could also play around with suspension tuning, but I think the shocks were originally in this position. Man, I need to buy a cordless drill. The one I had broke. John Hensley goes, he's liking that TC3. Thank you, man. This is we're going to work on it again in a little bit. We got to tear the transmission apart again, totally. Totally, 100% tear it down again. All right. Get the other one in there. Yeah, these springs aren't correct anyway. My only other alternative were like Amazon shocks or like eBay shocks. I'm not trying to get those. Well, the good news is the length of the shock itself is basically the same. So it's not terrible. All right. I'm going to test it out on the ground. All right, the suspension arms do look relatively level. Monty Kriska, how are you, man? Happy Saturday to you. Let me test it out. It's much better. Let me show you what I mean by that. Look at that ride height. It's a proper Super Nitro ride height. Shock oil is a little on the loose side. Probably needed 60, 70 weight oil. But it's much better. And you know what? The good news is spring's not popping out of the shock retainer. What do you guys think? Problem solved or what? Cut, baby, cut. It worked. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's adequate. I like a nice little springy rebound, to be honest with you. I don't like too much over dampening. Not bad, huh? Come on. Yeah. All right. It is time now for the TC3 adventure once again. Gotta raise the ride height on TC3 a little bit, though. Let's see. It has droop screws. Yes, it has droop screws. Yeah, car sits level. That's what matters. That's right, Lotus. Car's pretty level. Cut, baby, cut. It always works. Always works. Yeah, TC3 a little on the droop side. I like a little more ride height myself. Let me see if I raise it. It got a little more ride height. So these springs are short. We just need a couple shock spacers, which I could do another time. No big deal. All right, bros. What do you say? TC3 disassembly once again. I don't think this thing will ever be done, but it's worth it. What do you guys say? Trans, baby, trans. I don't mean that in the you know what way. I mean that in the transmission way. The transmission way, not the you know what way. It's the positive way. By the way, guys, if you don't know, there is a sickening A-main sale still going on. I put a couple links for your deal purchasing pleasure. Now's the time to buy. You know, yesterday, when I told you to buy the Sky RC motorcycle, they're gone now. They're gone. You're never going to get one anymore. The people that got them, like me, paid $229 for it. And it's basically a Pro Moto, but much older and worse. But it's still worth the money. All right. Let's do trans, baby, trans. So should we talk about all of these tariffs that he wants to impose on things? Like, should we talk about the tariffs? What do you guys think about the tariffs? I know everybody seems to believe, people that never took a day of economics in their life, that tariffs are somehow going to add to the economics, to the economy. Fact is, the sellers don't care. The tariffs are paid by the people that are importing. Well, indirectly. They're really not. They're paid by, obviously, the importing country, the exporting nation. But you understand, the cost is the cost. Remember when we had skyrocketing prices of diesel fuel? And everybody was panicking. Truckers were spending tons of money on diesel fuel. How you doing there, KPKP? Guess what? You saw direct inflation, didn't you? Prices of everything went up. You think the truckers didn't pass the cost down? They passed the cost down. Mark, how you doing? He goes, just stop taxing my overtime pay. Oh, yeah. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for real, though. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, we all wanted Trump, baby Trump, but the reality is it's as if this guy didn't take a single day of economics classes in his life. Does he really believe that, like, you know, if you have tariffs for whatever the case is, it's like sales tax, right? You know, a tariff is a tax. So if you pay sales taxes, let's say at the store on sales, right? Gross sales. Isn't your product now more expensive? Let's say you buy a pound of broccoli. I just did that yesterday. Now, a pound of broccoli, normally about $1.99. Well, after sales tax, your pound of broccoli is about $2.20, depending where you live. For me, it's about $2.20. I mean, there's a 100% direct correlation between tariffs and taxes and things costing more. I don't know how he believes that it's somehow going to make America in a better financial position. The logic isn't there. Okay, Justin goes, no, he's saying tariffs to bring most of the jobs back to America. So the thing is, there's a reason why a lot of jobs have left. It's because there's no competitive advantage, right? It's not just because they felt like hurting you. That's not the reason. You know, when you buy a vehicle, let's say, you know, I used to be a Nissan salesman long ago, brand new. When you buy a vehicle, they would tell you how much of that vehicle is manufactured in whatever country or assembled. You know, for Nissan, it was about 80% Mexico at the time. It's like, you know, we're talking like 2013, 2015. 80% Mexico. But the thing is, it's outsourced there by their American conglomerate. Well, I don't know if I mean those are multinational corporations, but you know, it's a complex cost structure. And to think that you could just put a 25% tariff to bring jobs back is actually not realistic. The reality is, it is more than 25% cheaper to manufacture overseas. So the math, the thing is, the math doesn't add up. Yep, Andrew Surrey, you are correct, bro. The thing is, the math doesn't add up. All right, so what am I doing now? Let's just continue talking about the TC3. Got to remove the transmission. I'm going to take it all apart completely again. So I'm taking apart the trans again. The reason is, you guys want to take a guess? Did it shift today or not? Did we have a shifter? Go ahead. Let me know. Did we have a shifter? Justin goes, what happened to it this time? So I disassembled it yesterday. You know, set the shift points back to factory specs. Tested it today, again, with multiple adjustments again. We're talking, I went one extra turn out on each side. And we still had nothing. How you doing there, Eric RC? Happy to see you here, man. Let me just do some online surveillance. Hold on a second. I got to do some surveillance. There's something going awry right now. All right, I'm going to do some surveillance. All right. Let's go back to the stream. I'm just checking on those tariffs, you know. Thing is, tariffs isn't what lost America its competitive advantage. To think that it is quite silly. Well, one more screw, two more screws over here. It's just not the reason. All right, let's take the trans out again. Got the diff cover off. So at this point, I'm going to have to disassemble the entire two-speed again. Where'd that piece go? There's supposed to be a... Okay, so we got the 2-speed baby out. There's the screw. Where did that plastic clip go? Kind of fell somewhere in between these parts. Okay, I'm gonna find it later. It's no big deal, guys. It's no big deal. Clip, baby, clip, you know? All right, it's time to disassemble this part again. Basically, I did this yesterday. Gonna have to do it again. Sickening. By the way, this is the new bumper I 3D printed for the Super Nitro. Going to mount it later. This is made out of a fairly resilient material for the Super Nitro, because you guys saw it had no bumper. This is going to be the bumper. It's pretty tight, tough rather. It's pretty hard to bend. Richard Hughes, it's not PETG. I actually don't print that well in PETG. That's PLA+. PLA Plus is really, it's tough enough. You don't need more. The benefit of the PETG, it's more temperature resistant, but the thing is, I don't really care. It's a bumper, you know. All right, so I'm gonna start lining these things up. I'm gonna remove all of this again. For most RC parts, to be honest with you, PLA Plus is what you want. Also, the PLA Plus material is by far the cheapest. By far. How you doing there, Nitro and Chips? Happy to see you here, man. You know what I should be doing right now, guys? I should be editing videos. Should I leave right now and just start editing videos? Gotta make videos great again. One second, I'm doing some stuff, all right? Nitro Chips wants to know what happened to the trans. It doesn't hit the 2-speed, no matter what I do. I've already tried to adjust it numerous times. It's gonna have to get disassembled again, and this time all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. Lotus wants to know, is it a fit scale video? I don't know, bro. It's basically whatever. You know, I always have a couple videos in the queue. I'm going to fully disassemble this whole part. All right, so here we have the clutch again. I've said it yesterday several times. There was nothing wrong with it. And now, I mean, it doesn't seem mechanically broken in any way to me. Honestly, that now that I look at it, it looks totally perfect. But no matter what I do, it don't shift. So I'm not left with much. I don't know. It doesn't appear to be stuck in any gear. It just doesn't shift. Richard Hughes, there's actually 4 screws you can adjust. That's the problem. It's pretty complicated. Steven Romano, how you doing, man? I'm going to remove the screws completely and disassemble the entire clutch and just literally just look at it. But this whole mechanism, no matter what I do, it just don't shift. We got no shift, baby shift. I'm going to fully remove these screws. All right. So the screw on the spring looks normal. We got a no shift, baby shift. This one, spring also looks normal, screw looks normal. And now the clutch shoes could just easily come apart like that. I don't see any damage on them at all. Richard Hughes, thank you, man. I work hard on the video quality. I don't see any damage here. The clutch looks totally normal. These are ball bearings, balls rather, of the ball bearing. They apply pressure to the shaft that it sits on, the shaft right there. I mean, there's really not much I could do other than just put it back together and hope for the best, right? The goal, the way this system works, it basically just at a certain RPM, like a clutch, it would just fly open. I mean, at this point, there's not much I could do. I can go back, set it to close, and go back 3.5 turns, like the factory setting said. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, there's no way you can get this wrong. Like, this thing only goes in one direction. Like the band. Didn't the singer from One Direction just throw himself off a balcony like a few weeks ago? I think he did. Voodoo Trucking, how are you? Yep, Mike Neves goes, yes, he unalived himself. All right, so I'm going to adjust it all the way, obviously, but basically the logic is it should fly open at a certain RPM. The way this sits, it just basically sits on a shaft, right? You see there's 2 flat spots on the gear. Not gear, but the shaft. That's how it sits. And then when there's enough RPM, the clutch swings open. Does it make logical sense to everybody? Now, Steven Romano, this is totally different from like the Savage 3-speed. And a Savage is just 1 screw. Here, you're adjusting 2 screws and they both have to exactly match each side. So the way this is done, we're going to have to go back to how it's supposed to be done. Turn all the way in until you can't turn anymore. So turn, baby, turn. All the way in. Until it's tight, and then you back out 3 turns. 3.5 turns. Turn, baby, turn. All the way in. All right, so it's definitely positioned correctly, but I still got to go a little tighter. So you basically turn all the way in until you can't turn anymore. You could see the screw is basically buried in there at this point. But it has to be buried before you go out. So now this one too. Yeah, this clutch is this is called a shoe type clutch. Bury, bury, baby. All right, it's buried. All right, so the clutch is in normal condition. All right, so now at this point, I'm going to turn out 3 turns. Like I said, 3.5. We have the writing on top. And the way I normally do this, I just have the writing on top and I count. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and the next will be just a half a turn. Half a turn. Now I'll go to the next one. John Hensley, thank you, bro, for that channel donation. I appreciate it, bro. Actually, made an RC acquisition this day already. I didn't tell anybody, but I'm gonna next week. Today's goal was to put a little more work in these old cars. You know, I have a lot of projects that I just haven't finished, and it's a damn shame. My buddy Ben tells me all the time, you got to go back to your projects. He's correct. So thanks for that, John Hensley. Goes, great video quality. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I guess sitting with your face right by the router gives you exposure, but also great service. All right, so I'm going to do 3.5 turns again, guys. 1. I'm gonna answer you, Just Joe. Hold on. 2, 3, 3.5. So Just Joe, good comment. He goes, why would you do another 3.5 turns if it didn't work? So when I did it last time, right, which was yesterday, I did not fully take off these clutch shoes. I did it with the clutch still on the shaft. Maybe today, maybe it'll be a little bit better. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better. So at this point, I have done as much as I can. Also, it should move slightly right here. You could see if I move it open, right, like that. If I move the shaft, you could see the clutch shoes do eventually swing open. And that is exactly what you want them to do. So that's it. I'm going to probably later on put this back in a car, assemble it, and it'll be a test. There's really no other way to do it. You got to test it. I've had a TC3, like not this one before, where no matter what happened, until I totally took the screws out, it just didn't shift, no matter what I did. So this is going to be one of those cases where I'm basically giving it the last resort benefit of the doubt. Now, I know my boy Mike over here, he has the parts. He actually bought these parts somewhere at the hobby store, and he has the clutch mechanism. He just can't find it. So I know that life, bro. You got so many different RC parts, you can't find nothing over time. I know how it is. Sickening. So you guys want a little hint as to what I purchased today? It starts with Ho and ends with Bayo. Robin Silla, man, I'm going to try to work on the audio. Okay, I promise, man. So the thing is, the streams are done through like a mobile phone. And I'm basically sitting like a foot away from the phone right now with my chin. Okay, if I move my chin anymore, if I was Jay Leno, I would hit the phone right now. So in terms of that, plus, you know, English isn't my first language. You know, I'm not, you know, like a native English speaker, so I have an accent. And people be thinking that I'm from Jersey. I'm not from Jersey, although there ain't nothing wrong with that. But Lotus 4 RC, it is not a Hyper 7. But the word Ho-Bayo is in the name. It might be revealed next week. Probably after the stream, I will do a little quality time with it, if you know what I'm saying. Probably take off the cooling head, have a little look inside. Big Boys Toys, it is not a GPX4. Although, if I am ever able to find one of those, bro, I will make sure I get it. Let me start assembling this back. So I think we've all confirmed I've done as much as I can to this system so far. Put this back, that way I could have it just assembled and ready for testing. All right, so the 2-speed gear spins effectively. How you doing there, Terra Curry? Happy to see you here, man. I am back with the TC3 once again. Failed yesterday. The 2-speed did not hit. I adjusted it at least 3 more times today in the daytime. I just took apart the clutch completely with the screws out and put it back. How you doing there, Offnet Guy? Let me see what you just said. Offnet Guy goes, hi, bro. What's up, bro? Does the one-way bearing decide if it grabs when the paw slings out? So on this kind of transmission setup clutch, there is no paw, rather, right? It's just 2 separate clutch shoes, and they're held on by a screw on each side with a spring. You could see if I move it around. And just for your viewing pleasure, man, I got a hand. I got a hand for you. So there are screws right here. They are these offset screws. Two of them. They hold the clutch shoes together. So there's actually no paw that opens up. You notice on the inside of the clutch hub, right? This is the clutch hub. There is no groove for that paw to snap onto. You know what I mean? There's no groove. So obviously this doesn't work like a T-Max clutch or like a Savage clutch. They're totally different. This is kind of like a 8th scale, serpent level, sickening nightmare level stuff. You basically hope that these two shoes just fly open, and just, as they fly open, right, it engages the hub itself. So like it just engages based on friction. Actually a pretty effective design, because you're not counting on like, high speed pawls hitting metal surfaces. Here the entire surface is fully contact. It really is a genius design, right? Because think about it. If these two clutch shoes spread open, the whole surface will mate with the aluminum hub itself. Really is a really, really good design, right? You also have good access. Yeah, Voodoo Trucking goes like a drum brake. Basically, yeah. That's what drum brakes, they suck, but like they actually are a very long design in terms of longevity, because you have a lot of surface material for clamping force, for friction. Richard Hughes goes, what about loosening those screws half a turn? So I'll tell you this today, man. Today outside, before it was super cold, I loosened the shift point by a whole turn, nothing. Then I tightened it by a whole turn, nothing. Then I even adjusted these screws in the middle right here. These don't really, this is shift hardness, nothing. So today what I did, I have never done to this particular trans, so hopefully it will work. That means hopefully. Robin Silla goes, is it me or these RCs are smaller than they look? So this is a 10th scale, right? These are not big models. These are generally like what? 16 inches, right? The 10th scale model is, it's not a big car, right? Modern electric RCs, they've just become enormous, right? They're really, I'm going to be honest with you guys, they're out of control. They're out of control. They're making bigger Armas every other day just for you to buy more bigger batteries. Clifford, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here, man. They're out of control. Give me a second here. Just gotta look something up. I'm gonna put the trans back in. I'm gonna put it back in a minute. I just wanted a good little laugh there. Hold on a second. Oh, I laughed. Ha 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 ha. Okay, there you go. Okay, laughing is over. We're back to work, baby. So I'm going to assemble this back and test it out again tomorrow, guys. Now, I don't know if you all saw today, somebody posted couple of scam videos where obviously they have stolen my image and they are using it to try to steal and rob money from ethical people. Mainly the Dodge Challenger video clips. They literally stole it. And I made a video about it. So don't think I'm going to let them get away with it. If anything, I will have my say. Let's assemble this back in. If you guys want, I could show you the clips. 100% stolen. And the thing is, I'm not in this video, but I'm one of the very few YouTubers that are out there right now that actually, other than Lotus 420, show their face. So, needless to say, they want to steal the image of someone with their face holding a car. They did that to me. I still have people to this very day contacting me. Why am I not shipping them the Primal MT truck? I'm not the salesman of that truck. I'm in no way affiliated with them. I'm not even an affiliate with Primal. Okay? I tell people to get them because they are true works of art. I have $0 out of that. Well, let's put this in. The bearing. The this. Just so you all understand. If someone tries to sell you some kind of cheap primal, it's not me. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not their salesman. And I make no money on it. All right, so this is in. Let's put in the pin. And we're basically done to install it back in. John Hemsley agrees. They really are works of art. If you guys want, I'll show you the video. Maybe some of you are not even aware of it. It's pretty bad. When your likeness is stolen in order to scam others. All right, this is done. Okay, so the 2-speed still functions normally. One-way bearing on the first gear is normal. You guys want to see the scam video or what? Hey, JM, how you doing, man? Appreciate that, bro. Let me see. Mario RC, how you doing? Let me find the scam video. I got to see someone tagged me in it earlier. Give me a second there. I'm looking it up on my high-end pink Mac computer. Who the hell's that? Oh, here we go. So this is the NItroGang group. I'm going to show you guys right now. All right, so this is my video. They literally stole of me with like some other clips that they're using. So this is another guy's clips, but of course this guy don't put his face in it. For me, they stole my likeness. You think I like that? Walking around having people think I represent this product? I don't represent them. I support them, but I don't represent them. So check this out. That's me right there. That's from my freaking short. 100% stolen. Stolen, 100%. I even left them comments. Look, look what I wrote. Look at this. Taco Bell is better than Yo Mama. How you like that? How do you like that? Give me a hell yeah for that if you support that. You think I'm going to let them take advantage of us? I mean, there's really nothing I could do. But Taco Bell is better than Yo Mama, I said. And then I also said, hey, so this is called the Harry Ball store, by the way, if you guys don't see. They're called Harry Bally store. Harry Bally. Harry Bally. Yeah, I made a video about it. I went to their website. I investigated. You'll see. I'm going to call them up later on the phone. I'm going to talk to their Harry Ball store rep. I go, hey, your Harry Ball story's fake. Stop trolling my viewers with scams over here. Get real, you fake keyboard warrior troll. How you like that, my apples? So, you see that? We got some support going on from people telling them that this is fake. Sickening. Use some stolen clips. You want to go to the Harry Ball store? I'll go there right now, bro. You want me to click on that? Richard Hughes, unfortunately, this is not really YouTube. This is a Facebook listing video, so they're not really linked. I can't file anything on this. So you want me to go to the Harry Bally store or what? I don't know. I might save it for the video. If you guys really want, I'll go to the Harry Bally store. Sickening. Oh, Pizza Nitro. Yes, yes, yes. Harry Bally store. Let's see what else we got. All comments. Let's read some NItroGang member comments over here. You guys want me to write something here? I'll literally write it right now. I'll leave them a comment. Okay. The NItroGang says you suck for stealing other people's other people's videos which took a lot of hard work, you hairy, bally store troll. How you like that? There you go. It's sickening. They think they're going to get away with this. All right, John Hensey, thank you, man. There's actually another one that has another kind of video that stole, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Let's get back to the TC3. Sickening. This is the kind of stuff I got to deal with, guys. You see, when you have these no face showers, they got nothing to worry about. Let me tell you, hang out with the no face showers, they're going to try to stab you in the back. Doug Boy, how you doing, man? Sorry I didn't see you there earlier. Chris Brown, I'm going to go back and say that later. Harry Boley store. You're going to use that with my name in it? That's not going to happen. All right. Let's assemble back the transmission, I'm thinking. I don't know. I might leave this for another time. I'm a little tired. I actually got a headache now. That pissed me off. I'm over here trying to make great content, and they're doing nothing but stealing and trying to trick my viewers. It's not right. That is not right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Steven Romano, what car? You talking about the one that was stolen clip? That was the Primal Challenger. It's a $3,000, well, almost $3,000 car. Nitro Power, how you doing? I am not sure what the Traxxas Supermax is. Traxxas Supermax, not sure what that is. All right, bros. I think that's going to call it a day in a little bit. Maybe I could stay for a couple more minutes. Special thanks for that channel donation from John Hensley. Once again, thank you, man. You know, it's not that I really care that much about them stealing my part of the video. I really don't give a shit, really. The thing is, I don't want my viewers to be trolled. You know, I still get people to this day telling me through like this dumbass TikTok video I did a while ago, like a terrible TikTok video, why have you not sent me the Primal MT? I paid you $89. It is not right, okay? I don't want my name and the NItroGang image to be represented with theft online. I just do not want that to happen. It matters to me. It matters a lot. All right, guys, so what do you think? You think, who thinks this is going to be a shifter? You think we're going to have a shifter? Or what? I'm going to assemble it tomorrow. If it shifts, I might do a short. If it doesn't, well, then we're not going to get a short. You know what I'm saying? All right, bros, I think that's it. We're going to call it a day. You guys have a good night. You know, I got to protect my face now because you see, I have theft nationwide going down. Who knows? Who knew that they were so attracted to me that they wanted to steal my face? Somebody tell them I am married. You know what? I'm going to go tell them right now. I'm going to tell them right now. Hold on. You want me to tell them? How do you go to the actual post, though? I'm going to tell them right now. Hold on. Okay, guys. I'm going to tell them right now. Here he goes. Yo, Listen to this. Yo, Harry Bally Store. Why you like me so much for? That rhymes. I'm taken, homie. You cannot get this. Ever. Or the Challenger. It's too damn dope for you, Harry Bally Store. Go delete yourself. Boom, baby. How you like that for conversation? There we go. Post. Sickening. There it is. All right. All right, good night, guys. Nitro and Chips, thank you, bro. I will be back with you sooner or later. I got to stay up a little while and make great videos edited for your viewer pleasure. Good night, everybody.